On the show, we interview other writers and we talk about mental health from their personal journeys. If you have not already hit that like and subscribe button, go ahead, do that now so that you never miss an episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the in-between Christmas and New Year's. It's been a long day. It started with my kid having a fever this morning. It's very sad, that flu that's going around. I thought that she had missed it because I had it, and I thought she missed it, but no. Have you had the beautiful flu yet?
I haven't had it yet.
I hope that you do not. It was the worst. Like, I've gotten sick before, but it was the worst.
Oh,
So,
that's not good. And over Christmas?
You're right. Like, it just, no. But that's okay. I digress, always. So with us today, we have Diana Colleen. Hello, how are you?
Hello, thank you so much for having me on this show. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! I love your glasses, by the way.
Thank you. I feel like if I have to wear them, they should be a statement.
Right? So I'm have boring on today. However, these are the ones where you clip on other ones.
I just ordered some of those. I went nuts. I think I've ordered like 7 of the clip-on things.
I have many. I have a box over there. It's just my room has been so disastrous that just getting to the box, it's work. So, but you will love them. I love them. I've had them. I have 2 of the base frames, and then probably between the 2 base frames, like 50 toppers. Like,
nice. I think I got the same base frames as you.
They're very pretty, and these were the first ones I got. So I've had them. I think I want to see 3 years now.
Okay.
And my kid loved them so much too that she ended up getting the same base frame, but she got blue because her favorite color is blue.
Nice.
So for everyone who doesn't know, we're talking about Pear Eyewear, and it is amazing. And shoot me a comment down below and you can have my referral code. I've never promoted that on the show, but I mean, if you want some, I am more than happy to help you. You get $25 off. I get $25 in points. It's all good. Here's my little infomercial that I didn't expect to say, but there we are. So tell us a little bit more about who Diana is.
I am a Canadian living in the United States who
writes... From what part of Canada?
I'm from Kamloops, British Columbia.
Oh, it sounds cold there.
It's usually fairly cold. Yeah. Most people say, "Oh, I know." Oh, you're in Ontario.
Southern Ontario.
Okay.
Yeah.
So snow or no snow?
It's sprinkling of snow right now.
Okay.
It hasn't been bad. We have a sprinkling right now. Yeah.
Nice. I kind of miss winters. Like I live in Seattle now, so like if we get snow, it's like, oh my gosh, and the city totally shuts down.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of miss snow, but I also prefer to be warm than cold.
Yes, exactly. I don't do snow when it's actually snowy out. I do not go outside. I don't ski or snowboard or none of that stuff. I'm a summer person.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Oh, if only I could also escape. So what brought you to the States from?
That's part of my trauma story.
Okay, so we'll get to that. Let's go back to who you are. I like to jump all over the place. Yeah. Okay, so back to who you are. So you're a Canadian living in the States. What else?
Yeah, I write speculative fiction in hopes of changing the world. So I feel like it's my purpose. My writing is my purpose on this planet. And I did not know that was my purpose until very recently.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, I discovered this. This was my purpose. And so I was like, I guess I'll go with it. It was funny when I first started this podcast. So we are almost at the 5-year anniversary.
Wow,
that is
congratulations.
Insane for a podcast. Thank you. Most of them don't even get past episode 5, and we're 5 years in, almost. When I first started, my husband's like, oh, another hyperfixation. All right, go for it. And then after the first year, he's the one that bought me my super fancy microphone because he's like, wow, nice. you're actually sticking with it. Oh, okay, cool. Here you go. So he has been actually quite supportive, even though I'm a hobby hopper. I think it's pretty common in neurodiverse people that we like to hobby hop.
Sure.
But this one I've Yeah,
It's
that's what I feel
sticking.
you on
Yeah.
that purpose thing. I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just too curious. So we're just gonna get right down to it, and I'm sure we'll
Sure.
learn much more about you. But how did you, and you don't have to start your story at this point, but how did you get from Canada to the States? But you can start wherever is going to make sense, and we'll get to that answer because I'm curious.
Okay, so I'll start kind of at my beginnings. I was born into a very poor family. Um, at the age of 4, we moved from a trailer park to out in the boonies on a piece of property. We brought our trailer with us, and we lived not off grid. We had electricity, but we didn't have a phone. We didn't have television.
So
There were
like
no other people.
90% off grid.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. So I read everything I could get my hands on. But I didn't have a lot of friends. There was really nobody else around. Um, there was one family near us who had a daughter who we wanted as a friend, but she also had a teenage brother who molested me and my sister for years.
Oh.
So that's kind of where the trauma started, and the poverty as well. So we were so poor that we ate the same things that we fed our animals. So we would go into town and dumpster dive. So we would dumpster dive for produce for the animals, but we often found things that we ate ourselves. So that is traumatic in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I started from, and then my father left when I was 11 and basically abandoned us. So my mom had to take care of us somehow. So we had to sell the farm. She had no way of making the mortgage payments.
Yeah.
So we got nothing out of that. We moved back into town, and in order to put a roof over our heads, she was an immigrant from South Africa. She didn't have any education, and the only way that she could find to actually provide for us was to run a group home out of our home for delinquent teenagers.
Okay.
So at 11 years old, having teenagers, like 16, 17-year-old teenagers living with us who were the type of kids who were coming out of juvenile detention to live with us. So people had tried to burn down their school, tried to kill their parents. Those were the types of people that were living with us. So that was traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started working as a waitress when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
Because I had to buy my own clothes. I had to help my mom with household expenses. So I've been working since
Were
I
you
was
the
very
older or
young.
younger?
Younger.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an older sister. She's a year and a half older than me. So, and we I think we experienced our childhood in very different ways.
I
We're
feel
very
like
different
most
people.
siblings actually do. You grow up in the same house, but your experiences are significantly different.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard to understand the other person's perspective. It's like we went through the same thing. How is it
Yes.
that you interpreted it this way and I interpreted it that way
Yeah,
and became
exactly.
completely different people? Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. It's that nature versus nurture thing, right? Like, well,
right.
which one does it come down to? And
Right. Yeah.
everybody's different, so.
Yep, for sure. So, I put myself through college. I worked 3 jobs while I went to school full time. And when I graduated, I was planning on being a lawyer. I was always very smart. Lucky for me, I was smart. Um, but after I finished my bachelor's, I was just so burned out. I could not imagine doing another 3 years while working, and I didn't want to be in debt. So I decided to join the RCMP.
Oh, that's cool, but also full of trauma.
Oh yeah, the trauma keeps on coming. So while I was waiting to enter the RCMP, I became a firefighter at Sun Peaks Resort, and I was sexually assaulted by my boss.
Oh, it gets better. Okay.
Yeah, and so the RCMP said that I had allowed myself to be blackmailed by him, so victim blamed. And they
For
no
those who
longer
are for those who are listening and not seeing, my faces of utter disgust and annoyance at that response.
Yeah. So they decided they did not want me as a new recruit because I allowed myself to be blackmailed. So at that point, I think I was 24, and it was I didn't know what to do with my life. I had no clue. Like, everything just was gone in an instant. It was just gone. Everything that I'd worked towards. And that's when I was just like, F it. I packed my cats into my car. I packed as much of my belongings into my car as I could fit. And I drove to Seattle. And this was pre 9/11. So
wow.
at the border, the border guard's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Seattle." And he's like, "How long are you going to be there?" And I'm like, "No, a couple weeks." He didn't ask why I had my cat, why my skis are in the car and it's July, so he's like, "Okay, stay." And I've been here ever since.
Wow. Okay. So, woo! First and most importantly, the cats. What kind of cats? What are their names? Do you still have them? If not, then what other animals do you currently have?
They were Jay and Brillo, and they were my soul cats. I had my boyfriend's cat had them as kittens when I was 17, and they lived until they were in their 20s. So they were everything that I lived for at that time. So yeah, they have now passed, but I have 2 more cats, brother and sister. They're whining at the door every time I do a podcast. I have to have my husband be on cat duty so that they're not scratching and crying. And their names are Gus, Gus, and Moo Moo, and I love them dearly.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I am an animal person. I keep saying one day I'm going to start an animal podcast, but I don't have the time in my life. So we just add the animals to this one. But
Animals belong everywhere.
They do. And I mean, you said it. Those are who I lived for at the time. They really just keep us going when we don't think there's anything left to go.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know that I would be here had they not been part of my life.
Yeah, I can remember as a teenager crying in my room with my kitties. Like those were the ones that I'm like, no, I can't just give up because I gotta take care of my kitties, right? Like they depend on people. Yes. And my husband and I were just talking yesterday because we have 3 dogs. One of them, he's an old fart. He's 12. He's a lab and he's 12. And he's going blind, and he has to wear diapers, and his hips are going. And we're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna need 3 weeks off when he dies. Like we just love him so, right? Like he is the best boy ever. Yeah. Well, the best old fart, because I don't like to exclude anybody. So I have the best boy, which is Zen, because he is the puppy, and the best old fart, and that's Freddie, because he's old. And he farts a lot. And then the best little girl, because we have a girl dog. So they're all the best dogs. They have their own thing.
I love that.
But animals are they are the best. If you don't have one, go get one. If you're allergic, take some allergy pills. I believe in having pets. And
Me too.
Rescuing them, not buying from a breeder.
Exactly. Yes.
Anyways, agree. I will always digress when it comes to animals. Always and forever. So deal with it. Nobody has ever complained because animals. Okay, so you made it to Seattle. did you get a hotel? Like, where the heck did you stay? In your car? What's going on?
So my father, I call him my sperm donor, was an American citizen. So because of
Okay.
that, because I came before my 25th birthday, I was able to apply for citizenship. I can't remember, like, it was crazy. I think I've blocked it from my memory, like how I actually did it, because they made me find all of his school records from kindergarten to grade 12. And
Wow.
some of the schools he went to don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
And like I had to prove that he was in the United States for a certain amount of time and all this stuff. And I did it. I don't remember how I did it, but I did it. So I was not able to work for the first year. So I lived off of my savings. And then I got dual citizenship. I would never give up my Canadian citizenship. I didn't have to swear an oath, none of that.
Okay. All right. More power to you. Love it. Okay. So with your savings, again, I guess I posed the question, did that afford you an apartment?
Did a very, very small one.
Just enough for you and the kitty cats.
That's right. They were
Perfect.
not happy about it, but we survived.
Yeah, yeah. They would be even more happy. They would be even less happy had you not still taken them with you.
Right.
Right. That's
Yes.
animals don't understand why they get left behind, and they should never get left
Right.
behind, and that breaks my heart when I see pictures and
I
stuff like that.
know.
Because
Yeah.
even like as a teenager, when I was homeless for that hot second and had to go move in with my aunt, my kitty cat came with me. And it was actually funny. So, see, I digress when it comes to animals. So it was funny. I moved in with my aunt at 18 for a few months. And my cat had to come with me. She already had a cat there. Well, her cat didn't get along with other cats. And I'm like, yeah, but it's Diamond. Like, Diamond gets along with and it's not that my aunt didn't like my cat, because I had already had my cat for, I want to say 8 years by then. A long time. Long enough, right? That everybody in the family knew her. And so my aunt was like, oh, obviously I'm not going to say no and put your cat on the street. Like, right? So she comes. And then when it was time for me to move out, well, can't Diamond just stay here? I'm like, no, you cannot steal my cat. She's my baby. And it's so funny, because everybody who's ever met her that's been like, I'm not a cat person. So my husband used to say, I'm not a cat person. Then he meets Diamond. Well, now you're a cat person. And he's like,
Right.
she tricked me. She tricked me because she was just, I miss her. I have a tattoo of her my kid drew. I have a tattoo of her on my, yeah. She was my soul cat. You get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I am so glad that you were able to take them with you and find a place to be and keep them, because that just is so heartbreaking when you're going through a tough time, and animals know, and they just want to help you. And then, so I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not working, but you're dealing with all of this trauma. Have you, to that point, had you ever tried to deal with the trauma or any of the stuff?
Yeah. So when I was in college, I don't want to say it was a suicidal episode, because it was very, very different than the actual suicidal episode that I had in 2018. But I did like go to the hospital. Like I was having a breakdown at school because I couldn't keep up with my assignments and working 3 jobs, and I was just losing my shit. So I went to the hospital and they put me on antidepressants, and um, but and I think my mom put me like I went to counseling when I was a teenager, but only a few times. I think it wasn't like a continuous thing.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it as far as me trying to deal. Like I'm a stuffer, so like everything was just stuffed down.
Yeah.
And so everything boiled up in 2018. And that's when my entire life changed. And I'm so grateful for that episode. It sounds really weird, but I'm so grateful that I went through that.
Since you bring it up, let's talk about it. So, Okay, so what year did you move to the States? Because I know you said that you were before 25 or whatever, but what year did you move to the States?
2000.
2000. Okay, so 18 years you had lived there. So from moving there to the straw that broke the camel's back, let's say, what the heck happened? Like Cliff's Notes version, if you will.
I figured stuff out. Like I figured out the citizenship thing. So then I was able to work. I had many different lifetimes of jobs. I was a counselor for teen parents. I worked in a restaurant for a very long time. I think I was at the same restaurant for like 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is unheard of.
Right. It was a fantastic place. They're in my family.
That is awesome. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I did get married. I got divorced.
But you got married again then, because you said your husband has to hang out with the cats.
Yeah, I got married in November.
Oh, so recent. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
My friends don't even know. We didn't even tell anyone.
I love that. I like the idea of eloping. My husband and I, we partially eloped. Like, we wanted to elope, but the cat got out of the bag, and my mother-in-law found out. So me and my husband, we went to Vegas and got married. Like, that was planned.
Nice.
We didn't just go to a random thing. We knew we were going to Vegas. We were getting married. We got married out in the desert. I had my pretty dress because all I cared about was wearing that pretty dress. And but my mother-in-law was like, well, you have to have a reception when you get back. And we're like, no, we don't. She's like, yes, you do. I'll pay for it because you have to.
Oh, nice.
Well, if you're going to pay for it, then sure, free food.
Party.
And I got to wear my dress twice.
Nice.
And it was funny
because it's about.
My aunt, the one that I had lived with briefly, my aunt's like, well, it's not a real wedding, so what do I need to wear? I go, well, I'm still wearing my wedding dress, so you take that as you want, but I will be in my dress.
Right.
But I am all for eloping because weddings are just, they're too much.
Stress. No stress. We are planning on doing a party in Canada in the summer. So
that's wait till the summer. Yeah. That is fantastic. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that is the best way to do it. I approve. Especially the waiting. We did it way too fast. We got back on whatever, and it was like 1 week, and then we had the reception. I do not recommend doing it that fast. That was way too much. But whatever. Live and learn. I'll never have to do it again, so I'm good.
That's right.
All right. So you got married, you got divorced, you got married again. Anything else super important in the in-between before we...
No big traumas.
Well, yay, because you already had enough of those. You lucky duck, you. Yeah, serious topics, not a serious host. That's what makes it fun, I think.
Yeah.
So 2018, tell me.
It was maybe a year and a half, 2 years after I left my husband. I'd been dating. I thought I was fairly happy. And then I got into this really, really unhealthy relationship. And it was, I honestly, I look back at that and I look back at who I was in that relationship and I don't recognize myself. And it's the first time I remember kind of having an outer body experience. I was taking the bus somewhere with him, and I remember like looking at both of us from outside and seeing myself and going, that's not who you are, Diana. What are you doing? And that was kind of like what woke me up. But in that relationship was when I was suicidal. I think it was because I was just so disconnected from my true self at that time. And it was really scary. For somebody who's never been in the darkness of suicidality, it's really hard to explain what that feels like to somebody who's never been there.
Yes.
But now that I have experienced that, I have so much more compassion for people going through that. So like I said, I'm grateful that I went through it. I'm grateful for the outcome because it brought me to psychedelic-assisted therapy, which saved my life. I 100% believe that it saved my life. And I'm now a trained psychedelic facilitator, and my novel came out of that. So had I not gone through any of the stuff that I've gone through in my life, I wouldn't be the person that I am today, and my book wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I know. So I've had to tell myself that at times for my different experiences of the past, is that as much as I would have loved for some of that trauma and some of that BS to not have happened, because it was
Yeah.
hard and awful and
Yeah.
scary and, all the things, it made me who I am.
Yeah.
And luckily, I can look back and say, okay, well, I am who I am because of all that stuff and therapy. Love me, my therapist. In order to deal with all that stuff, because there was way too much baggage to deal on my own. There was just no way. But I feel I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and everyone's experiences matter.
Yeah.
It's kind of shocking that I would do something like this and find everyone's experiences. And again, I would love to have certain things not have had happen because they were horrifically awful, but then I wouldn't be me. I would be somebody else.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't,
Exactly.
maybe wouldn't have met my husband. Maybe wouldn't have the kids I have, right? Definitely wouldn't have the doggos I have or the Kit Kats I have now. So gotta always come back to the animals. But it is very scary to deal with.
Yeah, and it's hard to say that to people who are going through it. Like I never say to somebody who's in that place where I was, "Oh, don't a few years from now you're going to be so grateful for this experience." Like that is not what somebody who's going through it needs. But
correct.
When you have gone through it, talking to people like you, we understand where each other has been, and we understand that how we are grateful for our experiences.
Exactly. Yeah. One of my biggest pet peeves when I'm in one of those ruts or, in the past ruts, when people go, "Oh, look on the bright side," or "it'll get better." Okay, but you have no idea what is happening inside of my head or outside my head, really. But you have no idea what is happening. So maybe just shut the right? And I know that people are just trying to make me feel better when they say it, but honestly, everybody's listening. Honestly, it's one of the, it's going to sound mean, this is one of the stupidest things you can say because it doesn't mean anything. Honestly, when I'm going through one of those times, I would rather somebody be like, "Well, that sucks." That really, because it's much more of an acknowledgement that what you feel is valid and they're not trying to solve a problem that they can't solve and that can't solve itself, right? Like I much prefer that, wow, that super sucks.
Yeah.
Like when my brother,
just allowing you to talk about your experience and just listening. Just listen. That's all that anyone is actually needing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, preach, girl, preach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so when my brother died, we're going on his 5-year anniversary next year. When my brother died, drug overdose. Everybody's, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss." The typical condolence things.
Right.
And I was sad, but I also was angry at him because of how he died and how he lived and things, right? And I had a lot of trauma from our relationship that had to be worked through and such. And so when people would say that, I'd be like, okay. Right? Because it didn't mean anything to me at the time. I mean, after going through therapy and talking about some of our issues and such, it meant a little bit more, but it meant nothing to me. Whereas my husband's like, well, this sucks. I'm like, yeah, it really does suck. Right? That meant something to me, but he knows me better than everyone else. But and that's
just
just
why you married him.
right. 13 years going now.
Wow,
can't get rid of me. Thanks. You'll be there soon enough.
Yeah.
Blink of an eye.
Yep.
But yeah, you need to, don't try to fix somebody's problems. As Diana said, just sit and listen.
And bake them cookies. Or
yes.
Yeah.
So, funniest story to go along with cookies. The last couple weeks at my day job, they've implemented a new system. Love the system. However, anything new, it's hard. You have to learn it. There's glitches. There's so much, right? There's so much. And there's people who don't like change, and there's all sorts of things. So, love the system. It's working great. However, it's been crazy at work, going in extra hours, all the things. So people at work are going, oh, thanks for showing me this or whatever, because I'm catching on to it really fast. So people, oh, thank you. I go, I would like to be paid in cookies and compliments. Thanks. So nice. Y'all can steal it. Cookies and compliments. They just go together.
The world should run on cookies and compliments.
Right? Exactly. Cookies and compliments. Okay, so I guess we should get back on track a little bit. When you had this, let's call it a snap for now, for lack of a better term. Because you had mentioned, the one in 2018 was nothing like the other one. So, and I know it's going to be super hard to explain. However, there's definitely people out there listening who have probably experienced something similar. So try in the best possible way you can to explain why or how it was different and kind of take us on this little journey with you.
So I think the first one when I was in college was kind of more situational, I guess, because it was stress. It was stress induced. It was I just had way too much on my plate, and it wasn't about trauma. It wasn't about things that had happened to me. In 2018, it was about me. It was about who I was and what I thought my future was going to look like. I did not think I had a future. I thought that I would never find somebody who understood me, that there was something inherently wrong with me. So it was about me. It wasn't about external life events. It was me.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Yeah. Okay. See, you did have the words. But you're right. It is very hard to describe, but I get it. And I'm sure other people listening get it. And if they don't, they can ask questions in the comments, and then you can come back on the show another day and explain them. So there you go.
That'd be great.
Questions are always welcome, because that is how we gain new information and new knowledge to expand what we know.
Yeah.
Questions are okay, and hard questions are okay. It is. As long as they're asked in a respectful way, they are okay. Please feel free to ask them.
Absolutely.
So what did you do? So you're sitting on the bus. You're looking at yourself from outside of your body. I'm a visual person. I like to paint the picture. What did you do from that moment?
So I had heard about plant medicine. I had heard about, actually, backing up a bit. I forgot a major part of life in between. We're in the in between. In 2016, I decided to move to Costa Rica by myself.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So I had separated from my husband, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and I was becoming a professional photographer at the time, and I went to Costa Rica thinking that I could build a photography camp where I could teach people how to photograph birds.
Oh, so that is so cool.
Yeah. So I moved there never having been, not knowing the language, I moved to this tiny little village in the middle of nowhere.
It's like a
Anyway,
perfect plan.
and before I'd moved there, I was sort of getting more in touch with my trauma and knowing that I needed to deal with some stuff. And I'd read about ayahuasca. I'd heard about ayahuasca, and how it was like getting 20 years of therapy in one day. And
Okay.
I couldn't afford to go to Peru for, like these
Yeah.
retreats and stuff. So when I moved to Costa Rica, I met somebody and he knew a shaman who was doing ayahuasca ceremonies. I'm like, let's do
Convenient.
this.
Let's.
Yeah. So that was actually my very first introduction to psychedelics.
Okay, and that introduction, how did it go?
Horribly. Absolutely horribly.
I had a
I thought I was
feeling,
gonna
but
die.
oh no. That is
So
scary, and yet you tried again.
yeah, like so after that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never doing anything like this ever again. Bad idea. But when I came home from Costa Rica fell apart. That was not it was
How long did you end up being there?
6 months.
Okay. Still
Yeah,
a pretty significant chunk of time.
and it was really hard. It was very hard to be there, and I was happy to come home, but I think the ayahuasca sort of cleaned me out and made me receptive
Okay.
to looking at my trauma. But then I
Okay.
had the whole, suicidal stuff. And
Yes,
at
yes.
that point, I really believed in psychedelic assisted therapy, although I'd never experienced actual therapy with psychedelics.
Okay.
So I found an acquaintance who had treatment resistant depression, referred me to an underground psychedelic therapist here in Seattle. And he was not able to get me in for 6 months. And I said, well, I'm not going to be here in 6 months. Like, I knew that I needed
Yeah.
help right now or I would not be here. And so he's like, well, I'm training somebody right now. She might be able to get you in. And she did. She got me in right away. And in one session, so one session is usually like 2 talk therapy sessions ahead of time. Then you have your full day with the substance and the therapist. And then you
Okay.
have 1 or 2 appointments after where you integrate
Okay.
what you've learned. So I say one session that
But it's
encompasses
a
all
whole
of that.
bunch. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good you
Yeah.
explained it because I was thinking like one time. So that's, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So in that one session, I came out of my suicidal ideation and I like it's so hard to describe to somebody who's never had um, that type of experience. Like it just defies words. So every psychedelic experience is different. Every substance is different in the way that you experience it.
Okay. Yeah.
But that one session literally saved my life, changed my life, and set me on this trajectory. And since then, like I have had more sessions. I'm in a group of women now, and we journey together. A lot of them are therapists. I'm a facilitator, so that's how we get our therapy is together as a
Okay.
group. Yeah, so that's my psychedelic journey.
Wow, that is a whole lot of wow.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And I love learning all of these different strategies that are out there. So, I mean, you don't hear a lot about the psychedelic therapy. For some people, obviously it works great. For other people, maybe it doesn't. For me,
Right.
I know I'd be too scared to try it, but that's because of my family history of addiction and the word drug. I'm like, no, I'm scared. Like
The
I've
thing is, though,
literally never done any.
the psychedelic drugs And the psychedelic therapy is actually one of the best things for addiction.
Really? That is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So like that's why I advocate for this therapy is that it like PTSD is so hard to treat, and psychedelic
Yes.
therapy treats PTSD. Like
Wow.
our war veterans, why aren't we doing this for them?
Yeah.
And addiction, the homeless people, a lot of them are addicts, and this could help them, but it's
Hmm.
illegal in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in this one too. Is it? I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
I think
Yep.
so.
Yeah. I think Australia is like the first country to legalize psilocybin for
Yes.
therapeutic
That's the one I
use.
had heard of before. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you said it, I could not have remembered what it was, but as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh, that's the one. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just so cool that there's so many different options out there for everybody
Mhm.
to pick
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
So I always like to pose a random question. It's not really random, but anyways, before I give you the floor to selflessly promote, um, what would you tell somebody who is completely unsure of what the heck is going on in their life because they thought one thing was going to happen and they're like, this is not me, and I'm what the heck? Piece of wisdom.
Learn how to meditate.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. It's a tool that I've learned since 2018. I never meditated before in my life, and this whole journey since 2018, I've got a lot more tools in my toolbox. And meditation is one of those things that it's for somebody. There's so many different ways of doing it. So if you say, "Well, I can't sit still," or "I can't clear my mind," that's totally normal.
Yeah.
That's how most people feel when they start, and there's so many different ways of doing it that I'm sure you can find one way that will work for you.
Yeah, there's
And
active
it's
meditation for those who
yeah,
can't sit still.
you can walk and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it has it has changed my life as well. And it brings you to your center. It brings you to who you are. And I
That's
just think that
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Love that. So that reminds me, I will admit I am not a meditator. I try. I do try. I feel like I fail horribly, which is why I mention active meditation because I'm much better at
Yeah.
that than the quiet
Even
ones.
those coloring, like the mandala coloring books,
Yes.
that is meditation. If you're just focused
Yes.
on coloring, that's
Yes.
meditation.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
used to, I don't do those ones, but before, adult coloring books became a big thing. I used to color. I had Winnie the Pooh coloring book, and I colored with crayons because that's what, was fun. It made me happy. And people would tease me because I'd be at like a kickboxing competition and I'd pull out the coloring book and just focus on that, get everything else out. And people be like, what's Winnie the Pooh? Ha, ha. And you're coloring, and then like 6 months later, all of a sudden there's this big boom of adult coloring books. I'm like, it's the same thing as a Winnie the Pooh coloring book, except the
Yeah, it
lines are so
is.
much tinier. I'm like, I don't want to do tiny little things. I just thought that was funny. Little tidbit. I don't think I've ever shared that story on here, so there you go. I've shared a lot, but not that one. All right. The floor, has been yours the whole time, but the floor is yours. Name of your book, first off.
It's called They Could Be Saviors.
Oh, that's a good title. I like that. I don't even know what it's about
Thank
yet, but I
you.
like the title. So now tell me what it's
Thank you.
about.
It is about making billionaires accountable for climate change.
Mm,
So it looks at billionaire-ism not as success, but as a mental illness that can be cured. And I think that, you know, there's we think of billionaires as successful because they have all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I see billionaire-ism as hoarding. And we all know that hoarding is a mental illness that usually just affects the person and their family. But billionaire hoarding affects every single one of us and affects the planet. And I believe that it's because billionaires are disconnected from humanity and disconnected from nature. And psychedelics connect you to both of those things.
Very interesting. So is this like a story, or is this like factual? Like,
it's a novel, so it is fiction. So the billionaires are kidnapped and taken to a high-tech facility where they're not forced into psychedelic therapy because forcing isn't great, but they're treated very well, and they don't get to go home until they solve climate change. And so, yeah.
Oh, very interesting. Where do people get it?
It is on pre-sale right now, but it comes out January 13th. So
that's soon.
Yeah, and it's won several awards already. So it's won the Blue Ink Review Notable Book Award. It's won the Literary Titan Gold Medal 5-star, and a Firebird Award, and Kirkus, which is like one of the biggest trade reviewers, awarded it the Get It designation, which only 20% of books get. So
wow. I feel like I want to get it now.
Yeah.
So pre-sale, so where do people order? Yeah, sorry, you were going to say it, but
sorry.
I
So
was beating you to it.
Amazon, it'll be on Kobo. It's like pretty much anywhere books are sold, it will be available. You can go into any indie bookstore and ask them to order it for you. So if you're against Amazon, which I totally understand.
Yeah, some people really
anywhere.
are. I like Amazon. I like getting my stuff to my door, I know. But I do also support small businesses whenever I can. In fact, this fidget, well, you can't really see because I have a background. There we go. This fidget that I've been playing with this whole interview, it is like, it's just a little box, and it just
cool.
folds and folds and folds. I got this
like
there's this little boutique down the street from my day job, with local artisans, so that's where I got it from. So I definitely try to support when I can, but also sometimes just I need it at my door.
I get it.
Sometimes I just do, but I do the best I can. That's all we can ever do. But yeah, I love this little fidget thing, like constantly playing with it. It keeps me so focused. I love it.
Nice.
And where do people follow you?
I'm on Instagram, Blue Sky,
what is
TikTok, Facebook. Blue Sky is the sort of where all the authors and cool kids went from Twitter. So when Twitter became kind of, like not cool, Blue Sky came about, and it's just it's kind of like how Twitter used to be. It's just really positive, uplifting, and no BS.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I interrupted because I didn't know what that was. So where else do we find you?
I'm on LinkedIn. So it's Diana Colleen Author. I'm kind of on all the stuff. I'm not on Threads. I'm not on X. I'm not good at social media. I'm really, really bad at it. But I try.
Yes, that's all that we can do.
Yeah. So please forgive me for my horrible posts.
All good. We will, as long as your books keep being good.
Yeah. I do believe my book is a very good read. I think people will really enjoy it. It's funny when you write a book and somebody you love reads it and like, oh, this is really good. And you're like, yeah, but how do you know? Like,
right? Do I trust
know if it's a good book?
You?
Yeah. So when it started winning awards, I'm like, oh, okay. Right? It actually is a good book.
Yes, that's the way you really truly know, when other people who don't know who you are tell you.
Yeah.
Love that.
So
I love that.
And this like Diana Colleen is my pen name. This book is about the message. It's not about me. It's not about selling books. It's not about making money. I want this message out there. I want to change the world. That is my goal. It's not about selling books.
Yes. Although, let's help her sell some books. Just
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, that'd be great.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, I mean, the word has to get out somehow.
Right? Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show, and I wish you the absolute best of luck, which I'm sure you don't need because you've already gotten awards and stuff, which means it's good. But everybody go and pick up the book. Be sure to share these episodes out. Hit the like and subscribe button. Share the episodes out because we're talking about some really important stuff, right? So we want to make sure that it gets out there into the great big wide world. If you want pair of glasses, yeah, hit me up a comment. I'll give you my code. Like, dudes, let's all just benefit from that. And then, of course, check out the description down below. All of Diana's links will be down there, so be sure to go down there, click follow her. We want to support our indie authors, of course, and just awesome people. And remember, the only way to end the stigma of mental health is to speak openly and honestly. Bye!
Thank you so